I want you to lie to yourself. And there's probably a good chance you already are. But instead of you lying to yourself and having it lead to misery, I'm gonna help it benefit you. I've had a lot of goals in my life. My first obsession was bodybuilding, and then it was stunt riding, which I became one of the best stunt riders in the country. Then I wanted to be a motivational speaker, an influencer, an entrepreneur, and then my last goal was to get married and have kids. And all these goals were so different, but they all had one thing in common. I literally didn't believe I could do any of them. So I lied to myself. I lied myself into believing that I was capable of doing all these things. For the longest time, my self-talk was horrible. I would tear myself into pieces on a daily basis. And on this journey, I got deeper into self-development, and I started picking up a good habit of auditing the things I was saying to myself. So I would sit down and I would write down all my thoughts and all my self-talk, which you should be doing too. And as I'm reading the list of things that I wrote down, you piece of shit, you're worthless, you're incapable, you can't do this, stay in your lane, all these things, I started to realize that all of this self-talk was keeping me from believing in myself. But at this point, all of the things I had listed on this piece of paper were not even true. So technically, I was lying to myself. I had no evidence of all these things that I was writing. So all of these thoughts were really just coming from my imagination. And this is where everything changed, because I already used this tactic on myself before. I already became one of the best stunt riders in the country. I already got in an accident. I already got arrested. I already had fought a case. I already went from the worst rider in the pack to, again, one of the best riders in the country. Why couldn't I do these other things? I had already proven to myself that this strategy of lying in the other direction had worked before. So I started doing this with all of my other goals in my life. I lied to myself into becoming a speaker. I lied to myself when I quit my job to start my own business, command my own money and my freedom. I lied to myself to battle the demons that I had to defeat to get married, have a wife, and have a family. And I'm even lying to myself right now. One of my hardest internal battles is doing the thing I'm doing right now. And going along with this, I lied to myself into believing that once I became the man that I wanted to be, which I am today, that I could go back and help other men that were in the places that I had been, in the trenches, and felt like they were living in hell, and all this mental turmoil and all this depression and anxiety. I lied myself into believing that I could create a program to help men like that. So do yourself a favor. If you're gonna lie to yourself, at least lie in the direction that you want to go. Like and subscribe. See you guys in the next one.